In a first for Albania, a €60,000 property in Vlora has been tokenized and sold with the transaction taking place on the blockchain. The company behind the exciting development, Heritage, also offer investors the chance to purchase and sell digital tokens that represent immovable property or a fraction of them, facilitating the diversification of assets and financial portfolios. If much of what I just said made absolutely no sense to you, don't worry, because I'm joined today by Mustafa Lani, a lawyer and an expert in cybercrime and all things cyber. Good afternoon, welcome to Inside Albania.
Thanks for having me.
So, first things first, in simple terms, for everyone out there who's not quite sure, what is blockchain?
Blockchain is a system, for example, like a bank, when we make payments, and every copy of our transaction is sent to the recording book, for in this case, the blockchain. And we should be very careful, and we have to do attention that when we make a payment, we must be secure that every payment is recorded in our book in blockchain, because every one of us who use blockchain has their own wallet and their recording book for their payments.
I think someone once described it to me as like a Google document. So, you know, Google Documents.
Yes.
It is on the cloud. You can share it with everybody. You can give permission to people to use it.
Yes.
And for example, I can go into the document, I can write something. And then there's a browsing history, there's an edits history. And there you can see every single person who's made a change to the document.
Yes.
And it's with a timestamp, their name, and the change that was made. And someone sort of described blockchain as this to me. You know, it's a system which records different transactions in chronological order with a timestamp, with data within it, and each entry on this digital ledger can then not be changed afterwards. So this means I can't go in and delete your transaction or the data that you've put. So that makes it very secure.
It's very secure. It can be deleted, but you have to be a very professional hacker. But in most of cases, no.
Bitcoin, Ether, etc. These are forms of digital money which are transacted via a blockchain. So if I want to give you one Bitcoin, I'm not that generous, but if I did want to, I would send it to your wallet and it would go via the blockchain.
Yes.
And that means that there is a permanent record forever that I have sent you that.
Yeah, but this the Bitcoin has a policy, not just the Bitcoin, but the blockchain has a policy for protecting us from the third parties. So it's a transaction that it's just between you and me.
Mm-hmm. In this property sale, I mentioned when I was talking about it the concept of tokenization, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is similar to, you know, when you have a company like a limited company, and that is split into shares. The concept of tokenization is you could have an apartment worth, say, €60,000, as is the case with this. And if I tokenized it, I could split it into, say, 60,000 tokens,
investments,
each worth 1,000. So if I only had 10,000 in the bank, I'd be like, okay, I want to take a 10,000 investment in that property. And that's how the tokenization works. But I want to ask you two things. So firstly, this property is being transacted on the blockchain. So I bought this house from you. I've passed you the money via cryptocurrency or whatever, and this transaction has taken place in a secure way that can't be deleted or tampered with or anything. What benefits could this sort of digital, immutable process have in the Albanian property market, where we have a lot of problems with transactions when it comes to property and people not being completely legally abiding by the law?
Of course, but we have been doing great steps in technology and law. We have a law called number 66 in the year of 2020, which is a law-based technology financial markets, who explain all the cryptocurrencies and transactions. But also we have institutions like the Authority for Financial Control, who is in control of currencies and payments and the banks. In this case, we have side effects and positive sides. Positive sides are like we save time because it's faster, it's secure, it's private, no third parties. But,
no fees, no bank fees.
Yeah, actually, when you do the transaction in cryptocurrencies, there is a fee. Depends from the coin. For example, Bitcoin has a different fee. Ethereum has a different fee when you do the transaction. It depends from the
But
coin.
it's not as high.
Yeah, and at this moment. When we talk about the negative sides, we came to money laundering and computer fraud, and a lot of times, a lot of people don't have the capacity to know how the system works, and they could be a victim of transaction.
Actually, I asked on Twitter, I said to people, do you think blockchain, not cryptocurrency, blockchain specifically, could have benefits in Albanian society? For example, when selling properties, everything's recorded via the blockchain, maybe educational certificates, voting, these sorts of things. And people, it was a 50-50 response, sort of for and against, and people were responding saying, oh, but there's lots of scams and people, it's a cash economy, people don't know. And just those responses made me understand that people aren't really understanding the difference between cryptocurrency, and digital currencies, which are one thing, and the blockchain, which is another. Because blockchain is a software which can essentially facilitate a lot of processes, whereas cryptocurrency is something that uses the blockchain but is used for money or as an asset.
Yeah, but this is a debate that goes all over the world, because real estate and cryptocurrencies are two different businesses.
Yes.
So the real estate, it's well known for its reliable, while cryptocurrencies haven't shown themselves to be reliable yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So.
I mean, personally, I think blockchain has a lot of potential. Cryptocurrency, I'm not so sure. Digital currencies, yes, however.
Yes.
I do, like a digital euro, which is being discussed at the moment.
Digital dollar.
Yeah, this, I think, is possibly the way forward. Okay, thank you very much for joining me and for giving me your expertise.
Thank you for invitation.